Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Cornhuskers and home to some of the most loyal fans in the sport, where, once again, Memorial Stadium will be sold out. A late-season top 25 matchup on hand with a couple of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Wolverines will boot it away to start the game. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense takes the field for the first time today. Here he comes, and any time this guy touches the ball, and he will touch it plenty, a bolt of electricity just goes through the stadium, David.
And they'll feature him. They'll give him the ball, like you said, a lot, early, often, and he's a guy that can make game-breaking plays. The offense is built around his ability to run the football, Jesse, make big plays for this offense.
Yeah, he really shoulders the load, right, in more ways than one. The offense goes as this guy goes, so it's going to be important in this one. They get him going early and often.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. This offense has a second down play. Wide out in motion. They'll try the run. That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves them with 3rd and 3. Trying to pick up a first down. They move the tight end all over. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. And the Huskers are moving quickly down the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeps looking downfield. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. Leaves it with the back. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. They're about to snap it for the 10th time on this opening drive, but they need a conversion to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with them.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Bringing it back. And the returner is stopped. The Wolverines offense has its first opportunity of the day. And you want to talk about dudes who can bring the heat off the edge, David? both of these teams have somebody that can do just that.
Man, so much fun. They get off the rock and they get in the backfield and get to quarterbacks. Make them feel uncomfortable, get them to the ground. These guys change the way offenses are playing the game.
These offensive coordinators better help out their quarterback. These guys need to be double-teamed with tight ends and running backs. You let these guys go one-on-one, you're asking to get sacked.
And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Give to the running back. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Working the middle, it's complete. Snowed under by the defense. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to power their way ahead. Coming through with that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. They've been very sharp on this drive so far. Now 1st and 10 from the 43. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Tough linebackers getting after quarterbacks. The Huskers have a rich tradition of that.
Yeah, and you think about the black shirts, and you hear that if you're a Nebraska fan, you know exactly what that means. Guys that are different, guys that see it, that hunt it, that go get the football like this guy just did.
After the big first down sack for the D, it's 2nd down. From the gun, running back gets to give. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Pocket starts to collapse. He finds his man, and he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to move it through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Avery. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Play number 9 on this drive. Off the play fake. Deep shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Catch in the middle, it's Avery. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. Quick strike complete. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Final play of the quarter coming. Leaves it with the back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Michigan. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Finds his man down the middle. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Montgomery. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Trying play action. Out of the backfield, he's open. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Third down coming up after the completion. He'll just keep slinging it. Buys a little extra time. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Cornhuskers are on the move. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. Off play action. Finds a man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Huskers with the 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Twist his way through.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll give it to the back. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. The Huskers are threatening on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. They've held the ball forever. Relentless drive, but what a win for the defense if they can force a field goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that is very difficult to do time and time again, and it's demoralizing for the defense. Great drive by the offense.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point gives them a 3-point lead at 10-7. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll go to the ground. Oh, big juke to get past. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. First down here for the offense. The lone back's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Got his man down the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Third and short now from their own 48. It's complete to the left. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. The Cornhuskers will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Trying to escape and get it himself. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. A first down for the offense. He's going to pass. Finds the tight end. This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. On second down, he'll let it fly. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. The expressway is wide open. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. He's looking to throw it. Lets it fly. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to get to him. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody. They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So the offense accepts the penalty, and they'll get a little farther away from their own end zone. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And they get him down for the sack, and they'll go to the locker room feeling good about their pass rush. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very interesting first 2 quarters in Lincoln. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, back to the Sea of Red and our guys at Memorial Stadium.
The Huskers will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the move from inside is 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Avery. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? Now the play fake. Makes the grab on the left. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with the lone back. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They'll try to run for it. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. And the Wolverines are on the move. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On third and long, try to convert through the air. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
And come on now, O-line. You've got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one that gets you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense set on first down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Gets some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, the ground game. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Brown has it. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. Trying to pick up a first down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to throw on third. Got his man all by himself. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Nebraska! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kentucky needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Lexington behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 10 to Florida. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Off play action on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Second down coming up. From the gun. Give on the inside. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Quickly to the tight end. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. They run the reverse. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run play action. Got it behind the line. It's McMillan. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quarterback moving. He'll try to do it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Working that left side now. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Throws to the tight end. It's complete. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass. But you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. Leaves it with the running back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Bickley. Touchdown, Wolverines! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Let's see what they do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the play on third down. The Cornhuskers will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The play-action fake. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Hey, it's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance. And I mean, you've got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You've got to work the perimeter to both sides. You've got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle. And they did right there.
Looking to go up top on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. They'll put the tight end in motion. They want to just keep throwing it. Now adjusting. He'll pull it down and run. Short gain on the play before he slides. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And here in the fourth quarter, this game is tied.
And that's why this kid is so automatic. Set him up anywhere on the field, and he puts it right down the pipe.
We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the fourth quarter and about to kick it away. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Handoff from the shotgun. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They got him to jump. The defense got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a first down. Defense a little too anxious there. They're just making it easier for this offense. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Receiver on the move, gets the touch pass. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. They'll keep it on the ground. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense maybe time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The give out of the gun. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Looking for a productive play on first down. Right back to the well. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They go to the ground. The Huskers get enough for the first down. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Guys, this is the kind of finish we hope for. Tie game. Offense with a chance to grab the lead in the waning moments. Touchdown, Huskers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
What a great game, tied late in the ballgame. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score's tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Wisconsin delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Madison. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the Big Ten.
Runs through a tackle.
Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Makes his man miss. Shakes off the tackler. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it and stopped the clock. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Here's a throw downfield late. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Going to take a shot at this DB. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. And they'll take a knee. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.